So this mayhem site is pretty cool. I'll explain some stuff.
Yeah, we were gonna use that for some other VOD review, but it got canceled like 30 minutes before it actually started, like the other day. Like this, but it was for the, so they scrimmed this other team, and it just so happened that their coach was the same coach as ours, and we were gonna do the VOD review with both teams there, but it got canceled like 30 minutes before it actually started.
So you on a team right now?
Yes.
Oh, cool. What team do you play for?
It's we don't have a name quite yet, and we're in like high platinum right now, but so it's kind of like but it's not like like we're not competing in like Overwatch Open yet.
Okay, no, I know you have to take steps before you get there.
Yeah, that's really impressive that you're able to do that.
Do what? Oh, open?
Yeah.
Oh, I love competing, and so yeah, and I feel like tournaments is the best way to do it. And I feel like you learn from your mistakes better because you're playing better people like more and more as the tournament progresses. And so you're constantly like refining your own play, and then you're finding your play to like better play for your team. So, and it's a constantly like improving process. So, I'm always learning as I play.
Yeah.
Okay, let me figure out how to put this freaking video in. See here. I think I have to hit start live session. Okay.
So is everybody's icons cats on this website?
Apparently, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I said I'm live, but now I don't know how to put a video in. Oh, here we go. Okay, so are you doing with the player on your team right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no, he's not. Rhino's not on my team actually.
Oh, okay. I was just curious because that's actually, by the way, a really good way to get to know the players on your team and like work on synergy. So if you ever are interested in doing that, especially with your other tank duo, it's really good, or even your DPS, because you can work on like your target calling and stuff like that. So like there's little things you could doing in my weird noise.
Yeah. Also, another thing I should probably specify is my role on the team is technically projectile DPS, but I played Diva because we are trying to do like more triple tank comps, and our off tank player, he's like ranked 475th, like best Zarya on Overbuff. So I know it's more typical for like DPS go Zarya, but like Diva's my strongest off tank, and then Zarya is like his strongest off tank.
Okay.
So yeah, so like this is another class that I'm gonna be like playing on the team, but for the most part I do like projectile DPS. But I do try to play with my teammates as much as I can. It just depends on whether or not they're online.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good to know actually. I
But
did
I'm
not
not
know.
playing
Alright,
Reaper.
let's get started with this.
Hey, I play Reaper.
And apparently I can draw on this too, so that's kinda cool.
Oh cool.
I
Can you
just
go healer or tank, Salmon killer?
No, I can't.
I play to win.
Can anybody else heal or tank? I can go either.
Okay, so this map is really good for Diva, and I'm assuming you're
Okay.
just first picking because this is what you want to practice.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I
Yes.
I always first pick. So
Yeah.
even if it's a bad comp, it's sometimes you're there to practice. So
One.
Yeah, that's true.
Round one. Capture the objective.
Ambetr.
Damage increase. Now that's teamwork.
That's not the
Ambetr.
okay, so let's see if I can pause this. So I liked how you turned around and looked at your Winston, because you need to be like pretty much following your Winston, not necessarily like in his body, but Just you need to be always aware of his positioning, and if he's like not engaging things how you want him to engage, you can start by asking him, I'm ready to jump, or I'm ready when you are, Winston. And then that way that tells him you have your fly available and your matrix is good to go. So it's like one statement tells him that he could do whatever he wants. So
Okay.
yeah.
That into the back.
Yeah, Tracer, Tracer 1, Tracer 1. No recall, no recall. Get the Genji.
Nice.
So yeah,
Push in, get the antenna.
so you flew in before your Winston flew in. It's usually better for your Winston to go first and then you fly. That, or you say, I'm going to dive like the Genji or whatever, or the Zarya's high charge, I'm diving Zarya. So if you're gonna dive before your Winston, just make sure to let him know. And I realize this is a comp game, but yeah, it like don't just use your boosters to use your booster. So use it with a purpose and have your team know what you're doing it for.
Okay.
Up above.
Take, Zarya down. Genji, Genji. I'm low on HP.
I got him.
Get on
Go to
point,
point, go to point.
Yeah, touch point. I'll go point, You, take him.
Everyone does it.
So I'm gonna pause it here. You need to listen to like what your team is doing. Having your tank still hold forward is really good. So you could just have one person, like if you hear that this one person's gonna stay on the point, you don't need to fly back, and you could still put pressure on the things coming in. So just maybe ask like Tracer, can you cap the point, or just can anyone touch point, and then you'll get a response back, and that way as a tank you could still hold forward, and you're basically giving them free ground, right? And you guys obviously won the fight, so don't use your don't just fly back and give them ground. Like tanks are there to establish ground, and maybe you're still on your DPS mindset, but yeah, it just keep pulling forward and just have one person cap.
Yeah, I didn't realize like everyone was gonna go back. That might have been like the biggest mistake I had made in like the whole game.
Oh, okay.
Is like, right here.
Let's see what happens then. Oh, yep, yeah, you're because your supports can't fly back like you, and that yeah, your mercy should not have died.
I know armor.
We may end up losing.
So here, I would be telling myself we need to even the fight out. And so if there's a good fly onto the Mercy when you have your boosters up, that's what I'm thinking right now if I was you. But let's see what happens.
DMing Tracer.
My second thought is I want to stall the point. So
Just what?
I want to stall the point. So if I don't get that good fly, I'll just continue to keep time on the point.
Okay.
Gotta keep Ana alive.
That was a really good matrix for your Winston.
Cool. Thanks.
Another thing is, and I realize you're playing at Platinum, but calling out cooldowns and barriers and stuff is something you could easily do as a tank. And I know I'm kind of going above and beyond maybe what you have experience on, but like when say a Hog uses his hook, or Zarya uses his personal, or a Zarya bubbles someone, like the bubble for a teammate is 10 seconds, and a bubble for a teammate is 8 seconds, and a bubble for herself is 10. And so if she uses a personal bubble, you can like do, or for a team, you can almost do whatever you want on Zarya, within reason if she's on high charge. So like calling those things out for your teammates and DPS is helpful too. But
okay.
I realize I'm like a lot more of a talker and maybe you aren't, but I don't know. I feel like that information is very valuable to people.
Yeah.
Genji.
Wait, what the fuck is the tracer behind me?
I got drunk.
Okay, so I don't know what happened to your Winston. I'm gonna rewind it just a second because I feel like where's that whole time.
Okay.
Is that him? Oh yeah, that is.
Okay.
Genji, Genji.
So here, I think it's fine that you're playing the point. The problem is that your Winston's to your left, and so I don't know. Like I feel like you not being with him allowed people to get on the point. So try to pay like closer attention to what your Winston's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think this Genji would be here if you were with your Winston.
Wait, what the fuck is the tracer behind me?
I got drunk. No, I got trapped.
Alright, everyone just leave the point.
I mean, if you don't want him to be out there, you tell him like, Winston, let's just play point right now or something, just so like he knows that, or he can't follow you, or just I can't follow you right now, Winston, and that tells him, you know, he doesn't have the follow up and he'll back up slowly or
Okay.
jump out.
Yeah, because typically what I try to do is Diva is watch over the supports, and I prefer to do it in like if we're doing double flanker, I prefer to like watch over the supports. But if we have a Soldier 76, then I prefer like be with the Winston, because in case of flankers.
I mean, this is something that's just been drilled in me for a very long time. It's always follow your fat man. And so you need, like, so when you're running dive, that your whole, like, Diva Winston is dive, pretty much, no matter what your DPSs are, or supports. You need to be following him. And then I realized that as long as you have that down, then you could start, like, looking for opportunities to kill, because the thing is, if your Winston has a support with you, then your supports in the back won't be as vulnerable. And if you're looking at their comp, they have a Zarya as their only tank, and also Genji squishy, Tracer squishy, Junkrat squishy, and it's pretty easy kill as a Diva. And Mercy, you could just fly into him. And matter of fact, there's like nothing to like help the Mercy go up in the air. So like this is just Diva's playground if you play aggressive. So I realize what you're trying to do is to protect the supports, and that's correct. It's just you need to do it on a will this win the fight mentality. Like you being aggressive more times than not with your Winston will win you fights, because their lineup, they can't push. They cannot push at all because they don't have mobile tanks. And they can't really do anything besides just fragging out. And they're not going to frag out if you put pressure on them with your Winston. So.
Okay.
Okay, I got my ult. I'm just jumping.
Lovely
Wait,
shit.
what did Mercy do? Wait, where's everyone?
Oh, thanks.
Back in the game.
Now we're fucking really sad.
That jump.
Get jump right, get jump right.
Genji's still left.
I'm trapped, I'm trapped.
That was nice. 5
Yeah,
minutes
go
ago.
now. Oh, we got grabbed.
We lost.
Okay, yeah, you being a scrub is really good. This bomb is not needed.
I'm
Yeah.
Just real fast on bombs and when to use them. Until you can get a sense of like how to throw bombs and where people cannot escape and have very valuable bombs, like just use your ults on points, like capping points to secure points, like even zoning points, even if you're not getting like kills. Or you could, like on points, you could wait till you see, you know, valuable targets use their cooldowns or their Winston use their bubble or whatever the case may be, to like prevent you from having a good bomb. Then you throw your bomb up or to the side, so that they can't escape from it, and you'll not only zone the point, but you'll probably pick up a kill or two. So use your ults a little bit more for point presence.
Okay.
Yeah, until you can work out like those nice little playful bombs that they can't escape from, and that you have to go into custom games and practice. But yeah.
Yeah.
Genji.
I don't play. Oh. Don't res me.
Take your fire down.
Nice.
Push up.
I have
A little
Reaper
bit.
ult, so.
Like corner in the cafe.
Wait, how did
I
they not kill anyone in the grab? I'm so confused.
because we on it E.
Very purple.
To the right.
Rose Vera. Oh,
Another thing when they're doing this poking damage thing and your team's like putting pressure on them, like try to, I don't know, just flick your matrix for a little bit. I mean, even for the Genji, like the Genji is like actually farming off of you guys just by standing there. So I don't know. I would rather deny him building his ult as fast. That's just my opinion, but yeah.
Okay.
huh.
He's kind of low.
Just another thing, when a Genji is blading and he uses his dash, I try to fly so I mess up his dash so he can't go into someone. So if you ever fly up, which you didn't, you know, headbutt him so he can't like get a nice kill because of an easy dash. So
Wait, so like if he swift strikes in the air and then you like fly into him?
you could, I mean, you kind of get used to how they're going to do it. So yeah, you just try to bump them. So whether it's at the beginning of his slash or towards the end of his slash, generally in the air bump is not as easy. So all right,
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, just look if you have your fly or if you know that's one thing about Diva is like you should try to keep track of ults, and you have seen that the Genji hasn't used it in a while. Matter of fact, Sorry probably has hers too. And yeah, it's probably just Sorry. Matter of fact, she's feeding off you right now, and yeah. Anyways, yeah, you could use your cooldowns to prevent them from having value on their ults.
Okay.
Oh, that's really good. I love the fly out.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
We need what do you call it?
I would actually probably be looking to kill that Zarya, because I don't know, I feel like the Genji might have other things to worry about, and the Zarya is just going to take you out of mech faster. But I don't know. I guess if the Genji was lit and you had to fly and your boosters, you could kill him really fast and then get the Zarya. But I don't know. See, I don't think you had either. Yeah, you just
So
use your
the one of the like Anna just pocketed?
I thought I saw your Winston bubble like walling off the support and the tank. So like whenever you see a Winston bubble blocking off an Anna sightline, you can choose to be aggressive on any target that might benefit from the heals from the other side. But let me see.
We need what do you call it?
I thought I saw your Winston bubble, maybe I didn't. Yeah, see? It's right there. But yeah, I see that the Anna was already on the point. It was still, regardless, it was still a really good stall. You went to the point. So, and that's your job, you know, as a diva and a tank. Stalling the point is really good, just in general.
Thank you.
But you can't just stall the point and leave your team to dry. So, you know, be where your team needs you.
Okay.
I have ult, by the way. I don't want to use it right now. If I could get on ult, that'd be great right now.
I like that you did that, but you should have used your rocket boosters.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
true.
you would have killed him. He would have been dead. But yeah, it was still good. But you should have used boosters.
Got there.
Okay.
You can go.
DMing Tracer. Get the Tracer down.
Go Genji one.
Also, you're still not. I don't think this whole match you followed your Winston, so that actually probably was a bad decision. But Yeah.
Okay.
Other than you could say, I'm gonna deal with the Pharaoh real fast, because let's see, I don't know your comp. I think you're the only one to actually be able to deal with the Pharaoh. So in theory, it's fine as long as the rest of your team knows that you can't, you know, give immediate follow up.
Okay.
Killer, please. I just got it.
Oh yeah,
And
you have
healing
a
if possible.
Reaper, Genji. So yeah, you are the one that has to deal with Pharaoh.
Yeah, we have
Anna.
like an. Yeah.
Just stay on the point. I got this. I have to get on it.
Get this Genji, get the Genji.
So when I'm out of mech, I start thinking, where can I spam and stand to take the least amount of damage and potentially get my suit back the fastest. So being on point is generally not one of those places. So just try to put yourself in back side angles based off of where you think that they'll be pushing, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
If we get this up, it's not a huge deal.
Keep up.
Like, don't give them too much hope for it.
I guess we just have to use our ults now. Just everyone, just chill. Just wait for all six. They use like all their ults and we have our ults, so Shuo just takes it back.
Wait, you know that you have to throw it through the window, right? Ambetr?
I love this tank
yeah.
you're playing with.
Don't stand
he's,
on the window.
he's freaking cute.
No.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
I'll tell
Now
you
let's chill.
when they
Let's
got
go.
the swing.
Okay.
None of them, they're like really spread out. They're like really spread out. Not on.
Okay,
You want me to hold now?
Probably throw it and throw it.
right here, you should actually be telling your Winston, I need you to engage point so I could throw my bomb in. Because you just throwing it in with no one there, they're not going to be there. And they'll have, like, they have their cooldowns, right? So if you have your team do the engage, you can have a better bomb versus you throwing your bomb in and then your team engaging. If so,
Okay.
yeah, because I think you're just about to throw your bomb. Yep,
Yeah.
it's a good bomb, but they just were able to walk out because there was no pressure already inside. Ooh, get that mercy. There we go. Nice, nice, nice.
Genji. Take this Pharaoh down. Demon Pharaoh.
It worked out, so you guys got the kills, but I mean, you probably could have gotten like a 3K if they would have engaged without you.
Yeah.
I don't think we have the numbers to pressure.
Last round.
Yeah, nice.
Score 1-0.
Now show them.
Just in general, if I just want you to do two things from like now on. So concentrate more on following your Winston and letting him know when you're ready to go. And the second thing is when you have your boosters and say you see a nice target and they're obviously like out of position, do this combo: Matrix, boosters, and rockets, and do all three of those and you'll just like destroy things. You know, basically you're an assassin, you know, if you have your just your boosters and your rockets up. So
Yeah.
and your matrix just makes it easier so you don't take damage. And if they're close enough, you can actually use your boosters to get the target and then just fly right back out. So
Okay.
Yeah. So those two things,
They play
I think
fair again.
you'll
I'm-
do really well.
I'll switch Mercury.
Cool.
At the end of that round, I got like 4 kills. That was good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
They have a sword and a Doomfist and a Tracer.
They're throwing.
So that Doomfist, I would be looking to abuse as much as possible. Like, because Hold on, I'm gonna rewind this. I'll just show this to you. You saw that he used his cooldown, and you should have used your cooldown and your rockets to get on top of him, because he actually, I think he used 2 cooldowns, so that was pretty much like a free pick for you.
Okay.
Let's
Where's he
see,
at?
see here.
Because I think I try to get that.
Yeah, Doomfist and a Tracer.
Yeah, see right there. That was 2 cooldowns. Just jump on him and get him. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, like you got to be tracking cooldowns, especially for like easy targets for you to kill. And Doofus is definitely one of those easy targets. Yeah, like he should be dead already. And you guys probably would have won this fight.
You need to kill that turret.
Then your next priority would kill like either a support or Zarya. Oh good. Good toward.
It's fine, I didn't expect to survive overnight, and I think we're fine.
Yeah, I liked how you played back and you did the little pistol spray stuff. Like that's how you gotta do it all the time.
Cool.
If you lose to Corbin, I can.
This Zarya is just gonna have grab, by the way, and you know she's always gonna have grab because you have no shields and you're Diva and you have a Road Dog. So I would assume she's probably like around close to 90, if not have it. So look to eat it here.
Okay.
Push left.
The turret is so good, I couldn't kill it.
Okay, so you have to be with your team now to do that. Yeah. This flank thing should not be happening.
Yeah.
Take the Torbjorn down, ding the Torbjorn.
At least they're losing a lot of
Zen
ults.
ult, I mean Mercy ult, Zarya ult, and Tracer ult, and
Can I
Doomfist
get
ult,
him a
so...
Queen? Can I get him a Queen? Making a Queen Reaper? Oh. Or McCree Pharaoh.
I wanted to play McCree, but kind of hold right now.
They don't even
You try to be really tight with your hog while he's ulting and matrix him.
Okay.
You're worrying a little bit too much about your supports when you need to do it towards like the middle of fights to start worrying about supports.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna pause this 1 second.
Okay.
I got it. Oh, I got some now. Where, Libby? Uh-oh. Libby, come here. Treat, sorry.
Eat that treat and not go crazy.
Libby, come here. Treat. No, come on, inside now. You want this? Hurry, shut the door, shut the door, shut the door. There we go. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. My dog escaped. Okay.
That's fine.
Alright, let's go.
I got.
Guys, I just got Doom and Mercy.
Change.
So you're not okay against this comp. You have a Roadhog. Like, I just tell myself to either go Orisa or Reinhardt, and I realized you're not practicing those. So your other option is to ask your friend to switch like a long time ago, because you're like not being effective as Diva, and you're just feeding their Zarya ults and the others people ults.
Okay.
But yeah, it should have happened like pretty much
They're playing.
before you even left the door.
I literally just got the Mercy Doom and.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but we were all dead, so it didn't matter at all.
Yes, you can if you're a good DPS player.
I mean, yeah, you actually lost because your picks are pretty bad. Oh, other than you not eating the Zarya grass, but yeah.
You know I have to say one more thing
That's fine.
on the record. And she says, depends on what you ask. That was my question. Our last name.
Stick together. We will compete on
Anyway, every time you know that means stuff. I'm finished. Okay, fair enough.
That's cute.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
The Mercy's on the right side? From
Well,
where?
right side.
Yeah, I like eating the Moro balls.
Yeah, they're quite annoying.
They are. And you're the one that can do that.
Can we please on him? Dude, like,
Wait, where was everyone?
I don't know where like anyone is or like where our healers are.
So, another thing you could do, in ranked at least, or just in general, is maybe start calling a focus target. I mean, if your Chink's not doing it, then you can do it. And you have boosters. So, and rockets. They'll die pretty fast if you just say anything.
Okay.
Anything. So, and it makes your team like actually follow up and stay together.
We pushed up.
Yeah,
literally,
because
we
it's like I
fucking
was there and it was like,
Yeah.
can you rewind it a bit? Because it seemed like nobody was there when I pushed in.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like here is me and then the Reaper. And then was the Reinhardt on top of one of those pillars? Like, did he get booped up there?
Actually, I have no clue where your Ryan
The
is.
Mercy's on the right side? From
Well,
where?
right side.
Yeah. See, if you followed your fat man, you would know where he is. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. So let's just stop pushing up points without your take.
Get the first, give me the first. Where's the zombie?
He's to your right, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we please on him? Dude, like,
Wait, where was everyone?
I don't know where.
Just
like,
play behind his shield and
where our healers are.
take things off of him and, you know,
Same.
dive squishy targets with your boosters and
Solo tank
you'll have gold damage.
quarter and
Okay.
We pushed to the right.
Boosters engaged. Clearing the area.
Let's just wait on Mercy.
Dude, I was in the middle of you guys. You stuck me.
Yeah.
Take your sensors down.
You need to tell your Ryan to back up. Like, I don't even. He shouldn't even be dying. Possibly even dying
Yeah.
right now. And he's wasting shields.
Go around.
Just push up, guys. We're separated like a ton.
Damage amplified.
I have shatter. I have shatter. You have melee.
Any healing tools?
So, since he has Shatter, making Zarya use her personal is really good. Now she used both. Now you can have a really good Shatter.
I have ult. I almost have
Okay.
ult.
I need healing.
No, I just needed real.
I was also split.
Alright.
Get a point, get a point.
Ooh, nice. You diving
Yep.
him actually set up. One second.
Nice shatter.
I'll pause this. Your diving actually set up your Ryan to have a good shot because they turn around on you. However, you still shouldn't have done it because you should have died a lot faster if they were better players. But I mean, I
Oh.
guess you're in blood, so I don't know. But yeah, you set up your Ryan because they turn around, and they should have, but you should have been out of suit a long time ago.
Okay.
Alright, please send DPS.
You say?
I know. DPS.
Why?
She's really resting. And she's killing for the line, so good.
Okay, I would dive that Zarya. Like, a little while. Also, when a fair is ulting, try to matrix him from a different angle. I don't know where he was, but just like use your tank abilities to support your DPS.
Okay.
No, my bad.
Sorry, one.
I have the opposite problem. All the time.
I still have a torch.
But I don't even know where the hell he is. Like, I
They're
have
playing pressure at top. We'll just keep doing what we're doing.
where is the turret? Like, I have not seen the
I
turret.
know. He did it for the destroyer. Yo, if I could get unulted around this corner, I can go. You have any pressure?
Okay, I like that you're focusing on Zarya because, I mean, she's pretty much a free pick a lot of the times. Like, she pushes up without her team a lot.
Oh. I see.
He's low.
So you could have gotten on her more throughout the match.
Okay.
See, this is a great bomb. That was really good. Even though you didn't get a kill.
Yeah, I had to like keep myself alive because we had to sell it.
Res me, you ulted.
I'm pretty sure this is actually gonna win you guys the rounds because you did that, actually.
Cool.
Oh, Genji.
So you gotta be matrixing that. You had it up. I think you're just not used to cooldowns though, but if you're gonna play D.Va, you need to go into the practice range and get used to like how to time the cooldowns correctly.
Okay.
Good job, guys.
Really good. But yeah, don't be afraid to tell the tank you're working with to play like an actual tank because Roadhog and D.Va is not a thing.
Yeah.
It's not good because you just both feed ults.
Yeah, that's true. Right. That's interesting.
But other than that, just focus on I guess 3 things now. So first thing is number 1 rule, follow your fat man. Number 2 rule is what was it? Oh yeah, you do your booster fly combo together. And then third rule is, well, probably that it should work on this first, but just do your like make sure you understand your cooldowns because there's a lot of times they're up and you aren't using them as effectively as you could. Like, for example, when you have Matrix and your Pharah's ulti, you need to be matrixing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, it's really good.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, let me know if you have some more. I can't really help you with your DPS as much as I can in your tanks, but
That's fine. Diva was the main thing I wanted to go over.
alright. Well,
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a good day.
Have a good one.